It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. Next on Madden NFL 25.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Western New York. Ty Johnson now to return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Here's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That stop coming from Henry To'o.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and a defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Allen on the play action. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. Now about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Allen gonna throw again. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
And he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills finish up an excellent opening series. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Bass now to kick this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion, but this guy's just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. CJ was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they had that one contained right at the line. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Throw right side, Dell has it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate, but the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, Stroud. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Welcome back. We'll begin the 2nd quarter with the Texans in possession. They're advancing it well as they face 2nd down. Into the hands of Schultz. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20. That's good for 7 yards. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. He's on the move. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score a point.
Caught deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is scooped up by the Bills. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Now following the play, one of the Texans banged up in some pain. We're going to pause as he gets checked on. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, Allen. Shakir with the grab. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. 1st down from the red zone. Pass complete to Cook. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
It's sure nice to have that safety valve. Sure nice to have a running back that's not just able to tote it, Kate, but he's able to catch it. That's now multiple times they've looked his way, and multiple times he's delivered.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. To the air again, Allen. He brings it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Running back sent in motion. To throw again, it's Allen. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And the Texans grab it. He's at midfield. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And Houston returns this to the end zone. Touchdown. The Texans earn the chance to tie before halftime. No one else you'd rather have scooping up that loose football. Somebody who could do some damage with it on a return.
Yeah, some poor fortune right there offensively. There was nobody there to, number 1, make the recovery, or number 2, make a solid tackle on that speedster. Once he got the return going, that fumble was headed all
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Man, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Buffalo calls it second time out of the half. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Blitz coming here, Allen. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills will add to their lead at the end of the half. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills double their lead to 14. Bass now to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. It's halftime here in Buffalo. The Bills with the lead after 2. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
The Bills were led in the first half by their all-world quarterback, Josh Allen. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Bass now to kick this away. Damian Pierce now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. So as we get set to begin the 3rd quarter, it's the Texans offense who's going to be out there first. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. Connection made to Dell. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. This is complete to Schultz. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shotgun now, first round. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, a run to Mixon. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up second and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Stroud off the play fake. Complete to Dell. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. All right, it's a nickel set for the Bills. Third down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this fourth down. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
The Bills set to take over offensively. They have played lights out on offense, scored their first 2 times out, Brock. A chance to go 3 for 3 and grow that lead here. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up first and 10. Now the shotgun give to Cook. Jukes out a one-stop, and they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Allen now on first down. That's complete to Coleman on the slant. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Cook calls it in. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so good.
And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? From the shotgun, it's Allen. Hits his running back. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
Amendola able to put it through. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a first down. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker, and now they've got a first inside the red zone. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Allen setting up to throw. Connects with Cook. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Davis up the middle. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him a couple on the run, and it's now 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Going right back to Davis. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bills make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Bass on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills stretch their lead to 21. Bass now to kick this away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And with this loss already assured, they at least want to find some points and avoid being shut out. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Diggs there to bring it in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
Collins there to grab it. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Working quickly here. From the gun, Stroud. Into traffic, complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Texans trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. First down, Stroud. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Dell with the grab. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On play action, here's Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. To the air, Stroud. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Looking to throw, Stroud. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans get it back to within 2 possessions. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Texans get it back to a 14-point game. Down 2 scores, and with 2 timeouts left, this onside recovery is a must-get for them. And the Bills are able to secure this kick. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen are ready to get back to work now on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Davis takes it straight ahead. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Houston calls it second timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Shotgun handoff to Johnson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Final timeout called by the Texans. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down. On the handoff, here's Davis. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard on the run. That's going to set up 4th and 7. They're out now, ready to punt it. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Here's Stroud. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's Stroud now. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Throwing now. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Matt Milano in to pick it off. And the Bills will get the football right at that 25-yard line following the interception. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the roar of Bills Mafia, it's a win for their guys in Buffalo. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers are going to win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.